When you pray, you have nothing to do but convince yourself of the truth you desire. And if we want to change the world, we must first change our conception of it. To change a man, you must change your conception of him. Believe him to be the man you want him to be, and mentally talk to him as though he were. Don't get together and badmouth others. That is only chopping off the heads of others so that you can stand taller. It gets you nowhere. It can backfire on you, and it's not helping. Don't be a person who likes being against something. Be someone who knows what he is for and work at it. Subjective words are, you could say as easily, subconscious assumptions awaken what they affirm. Words are living things. They are living and active, and shall not return unto me void, but shall accomplish that which I please, and shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent them. Our mind is a mirror. You can picture in your mind someone before you because your mind is such a sensitive mirror that it can reflect a thought. Your consciousness is the light reflected on the mirror of your mind, and then projected into space to the one you think of. Once you have spoken subjectively with your subconscious assumptions, you will always awaken a corresponding state in the one for whom it was spoken. But the moment its task is accomplished, it ceases to be, permitting the one in whom the state is realized to remain in that state, affirmed, or return to his former estate. Whatever state has your attention holds your life. Therefore, to become attentive to a former estate is to return to that condition. Remember not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Some say, remember the past and learn from it, or you are doomed to repeat it. I don't necessarily agree. I would say, don't think feelingly about the past, or you are doomed to repeat it. There is nothing in the past that our future creation depends on us calling to mind. The kingdom of heaven is within you. All that we will receive is already within us. The whole of creation is already perfected within man. Man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven, and that is right within us. And where is heaven? It's not in the past, but within. Heaven comes from within us. The without will mirror the within. Call it out of ourselves. What is within us is perfect, but for the most part, it is dormant. It has to be vibrated by the word which is sent. We can't give something to others that they already have. They have perfection within them already. What we can do is resurrect that which is asleep in ourselves and others through our thoughts, because our thoughts vibrate. When we are in control of our subconscious assumptions, we can awaken our fellow man no matter if they are 1,000 miles away. Once awakened, they won't even know that you had anything to do with it. So you won't get their thanks, but you will get a blessing. Nothing befalls us that is not in the nature of ourselves. Therefore, who is he that will harm you if you be followers of that which is good? If you think only good of others. None of your unaccepted thoughts will come back to belong to you, the sender. Good if they were bad ones, because you won't have them coming back to you. No one directing a bad thought to you will be successful. What you can believe of another can be believed of you, and you have no power to reject it if the one who desires it for you accepts it as true of you. To give presupposes the ability to receive. This is why it is more blessed to give than to receive. You necessarily awaken in yourself what you give in your thoughts to another. Dogs, get out here. Out, out. You're messing me up. So to give is to receive. Also give this gift to yourself first so that you have it to give to others. You only have what you believe. It is the highest wisdom to know that in the living universe there is no destiny other than that created out of the imagination of man. Whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of a good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Here is a helpful hint. If you find that the state you desire is difficult to accept as true of yourself, do this. Call before your mind's eye the image of a friend and have him mentally affirm that you are already what you desire to be. That's the formula of Job. Call before your mind's eye the image of a friend who has a similar state such as yours. Imagine the friend being healed of it and thrill with him over his good fortune. This awakens a corresponding vibration in yourself that must objectify itself as a physical fact. People are what you choose to make them. Look at everything differently, for it is really easy to change the world. If we don't condemn it with our seeing and hearing, the king that sitteth on the throne scattereth the evil with his eye. And that's from the Bible. Sympathy for living things and agreement with human limitations is not in the consciousness of the king. We are the kings that scattereth evil with our eyes, if we can separate their false concepts from true being. Feeling sorry for someone is not helping that person. You just strengthen the sorrow they have by claiming it also. To think that there is a limitation for them is not helping them. It just limits them. I gotta move my foot because ants are biting me. It just limits them further, and ourselves as well. Jesus of Nazareth is asleep in the imagination of every man. And out of man's imagination, man must awaken Jesus by subjectively affirming, I am Jesus. You can call yourself the Christ. For to be Christed simply means to be anointed of love. People in your life emerge from the mass, betraying their close affinity to your moods, as they are engendered. Why? Because your moods continually externalize themselves. You could prophesy by your moods, that without searching you will soon meet certain characters and encounter certain conditions. The world and all within it is man's conditioned consciousness objectified. Consciousness is the cause as well as the substance of the entire world. Conscious equates to male, subconscious equates to female. Conscious male generates an ideal and impresses them on the subconscious female. Subconscious female receives the ideas and gives them expression. Without this sequence, there is not anything made that is made. Control your subconscious through control of your ideas and feelings. The man who does not control his feelings may easily impress the subconscious with undesirable states. But by control of feelings, it is not meant that one should suppress or restrain their feelings. It means to discipline the self to imagine and entertain only such feelings as contribute to your happiness. Never entertain an undesirable feeling or think sympathetically about wrong in any shape or form. To do so is to impress the subconscious with these limitations, which it is going to objectify. Golden rule: what you do not want done unto you, do not feel that it is done unto you or another. This is the whole law of a full and happy life. Everything else is commentary. Your physical body is an emotional filter. It bears the unmistakable marks of your prevalent emotions. Emotional disturbances, especially suppressed emotions, are the cause of all disease. To feel intensely about a wrong without voicing or expressing that feeling is the beginning of disease. Suppressed feelings cause disease of both body and environment. Don't entertain the feeling of regret or failure. A change of feeling is a change of destiny. Chance or accident is not responsible for the things that happen to you, because your feelings create the pattern from which your world is fashioned. because the subconscious never fails to express that which has been impressed upon it. In defining your objective, do not be too concerned with the manner of expression, because to think feelingly on any state, the difficulties, impresses it on the subconscious, and by its very non-selective nature it will accept the feelings of difficulties and obstacles as your request and proceed to produce them. And you might think these things to be chance or accident. The subconscious faithfully serves man, but it is not like a servant to a master. Ancient prophets personified it, as St. Paul did, as woman. The woman should be subject to man in everything. The subconscious woman does serve man and faithfully gives form to his feelings, but it has a distinct distaste for compulsion. It responds to persuasion rather than command. It resembles the beloved wife rather than the servant. The husband is head of the wife. May not be true of man and woman in their relationship, but it is true of the male and female aspects of consciousness. This leadership is not that of a tyrant, but of a lover. For most, it is easier to ascribe your feelings to the events in the world rather than to admit that the conditions of the world reflect your feelings. However, it is eternally true that the outside mirrors the inside. As within, so without. To seek on the outside for that which you do not feel you are is to seek in vain. For we never find that which we want, we find that which we are. To him that hath, it is given, but to him which hath not, even the little that he has is taken. Use it or lose it. Your highest achievement is control of your thoughts and feelings. However, until perfect self-control is attained, use sleep and prayer to aid you. Sleep is the natural door into the subconscious. To understand what sleep has to bestow will cause us to set out for it as though we were keeping an appointment with a lover. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon man, in slumbering upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. Now that's from the Bible. In sleep, the conscious and subconscious are creatively joined as one flesh. The subconscious, unlike the woman of the world who marries her husband to change him, has no desire to change the conscious waking state, but loves it as it is, and faithfully reproduces its likeness in the outer world of form. Whatever you have in your consciousness as you go to sleep is a measure of your expression in the waking two-thirds of your life on earth. Before you drop off to sleep, think and feel your wish fulfilled. You draw out of yourself that which you are, and you are that which you feel yourself to be, as well as that which you feel is true of others. Once asleep, man has no freedom of choice. Your entire slumber is dominated by your last waking concept of yourself. Your lover, the subconscious, awaits you. Let her see you as you want her to make you. Song of Solomon. By night on my bed I sought him whom my soul loveth. I held him, and I would not let him go until I had brought him into my mother's house and into the chamber of her that conceived me. Never suggest to another the state which you desire to see him expressed. Convince yourself that he already is as you desire. Remember, the actions and events of the day are not effects. Oh, wait a minute. I read that wrong. The actions and events of the day are effects, not causes. We have free will only in how we react. So think not feelingly of a past mistake. You will only reinfect yourself. Let the dead bury the dead. Feel your wish fulfilled as you quietly relax into sleep and cast yourself in a star role to be played on earth tomorrow. Prayer is the art of yielding to the wish and not forcing the wish. Prayer must be without effort. All that you can possibly need or desire is already yours. But if you have been using might or power to get at it, that mountain will not be removed. So how will the mountain be removed? Not by might, nor by power, but by my Spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. Faith moves mountains. Be the goal you seek. You seek God? Be God. Instead of believing in Jesus or in God, why not believe like Jesus or God? Why not believe that you are one with God? Why not say the Father and I are one? It is not blasphemy to feel this way. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who being in the form of God, no, I typed that wrong, who being in the form of a man, thought it not robbery to be equal with God. Then we will do those greater things. God works in mysterious ways, his wonders to perform. His ways are past finding out, but to know God in us is not an impossibility. Remember, signs follow, they do not precede. Proof that you are will follow the consciousness that you are. It will not precede it. You, the eternal dreamer, dreaming the non-eternal dreams. And now, how many minutes did I use? Probably too many. No, 16. I've got time. I can go 20 minutes. But ants have been crawling on me and biting me all the time I was reading. So I was suppressing hurt. It's not so bad now. I'll get over it. I don't think I'll read here again where ants can get on me while I'm still. And the wind is blowing. It might get into this recording. I hope not. But this is Grace, the Dove Lady, signing off. Talk to you again sometime. Bye for now.